How many times do you think you have to evacuate someplace before you never come back?
I guess it's 3 for us.
It was so hot this week.
It was awful.
What a crazy week. This week the grass fire started in right outside of Calistoga, and we had to evacuate 2 mini pigs, 4 beagles, and a cat. We went to bed pretty early, like at 9 o'clock at night, and we got woken up to an emergency text message telling us that the town was in imminent danger and we needed to leave immediately. So we got everything together, put our clothes on, grabbed the dogs, threw them into the car, grabbed the cat, threw him into the car, and then went out into the yard and grabbed one of the pigs and ran with it screaming all the way into the car so that we could get out of there. But then Donut realized that we were going to pick him up, that we were leaving, something was going on, and he wouldn't let us catch him. And you can see how big their pen is in terms of the space that we get them, but we went and we just chased him around for boy, it felt like a half an hour. Ran so hard, Donut eventually exhausted himself, I exhausted myself. All the smoke in the air, ended up getting just sick all over the place because it was so intense trying to catch him. When I finally did get him, we got him picked up and ran him over, put him in the back of the car. We were ready to go. I had 2 of the dogs and the cat in the truck, and we had the mini pigs and the other 2 dogs in the car. Alicia started to take off. I went to get into my car, and Woodstock jumped out, took off on us. And he wasn't going to come back. He hates car rides. He hates it even more than the pigs. But there was nothing we could do. We had to leave, so we left him behind. And we drove out of town, got to Santa Rosa, had basically all the animals in the car. It's almost midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, and we look at the text, and it turns out the text was for Calistoga Road and not Calistoga Town. The fire had spread over towards Santa Rosa, and we had gone up in a hurry, but there wasn't an imminent danger. So we went back into town, and it was a good thing we did, because as soon as we got back to it, they were setting up checks where they weren't letting people in anymore, and we squeezed by just by showing we were residents. And we got home, and we knew that the fire was still close to town, and we knew we were going to have to leave in the morning, and we didn't let the pigs out of the car. We were worried that we weren't going to get them back. And so we went and got a couple hours of sleep, packed up a few more things, and in the morning, sure enough, we got the evacuation text, time for the whole city of Calistoga to go. So we took the pigs to a farm in Petaluma, where someone's helping us take care of them while we are basically staying in an extended suite to figure out what our next move is and figure out what happens. Right now, the dogs seem to be pretty happy here. We were able to get the cat back because we came back home, he came back in, and once we got him a second time, there was no letting him go. And now we're just holding up and praying that Calistoga survives and we'll get to go home and kind of get our stuff out of there and everything else. But we've had 5, 6 fires now in the last 4 or 5 years, and it's just too much. It's hard. It's hard to do this every time something happens, and it seems like year after year after year they keep getting more and more intense. And so I don't know how this is going to end up, but we're glad to be safe and sound and hope that you are too.